Hey, you're Miss Survival.
I made it across,
Welcome.
guys.
That's true, you did. Welcome to Laugh Outlaws, Realms of Alteroth. We are back. Thanks for hanging in with us. We had to take a few weeks off. I was in a hospital. I had a stroke. So this is your warnings to get your physicals every year because this probably could have been prevented. Eat healthy, do right, talk to your doctors, especially if you have migraines constantly. Yeah. So where we left off last, which is it's been about a month, so I'm gonna do a quick refresher. You guys have overall you guys woke up in another world after being crashed or a plane crashing into your bus. You guys have traveled through. Most of you have traveled through several different areas until you ended up in this cavern. You guys have fought Underdark dwarves, and one of your party members is now gone. Mia, rest in peace. But someone else has came in, I believe Issa Pyre, and she is a Fire Genasi barbarian who we met on last session. And yeah, so you guys are at a raging river. You have the dwarf and Torrent laughing on one side at the hilariousness of everyone trying to get across. You have Alphonse, who is just making it across the raging river. That is ice cold. You have two ropes that are currently up. The bottom rope is hovering right above the water line. And then you have one that I think was about 5 feet tall, or several feet above, that you could shimmy across if you would like. So yeah, that's where we left off. What are you guys doing?
Laughing.
I'm getting as close to the fire as I can to dry off my clothes for now.
All right.
Across the water, Issa is about to go into a rage because you could have gone across this entire time. Why didn't you take the smaller one with you?
Because, okay, out of character, I threw a rock in and it missed to check the depth, okay, at the very beginning of this scenario. So that's what caused all this.
In my defense, he was halfway across the river, and I said to stop and pick up the other ones, and he just kept on going. So
Right, and that's where I started raging.
And now we can't hear him. We're just charading now.
Yeah, yeah. The raging river between you guys, you cannot hear each other. The dwarf that's with you, Torrent, is just, what are they doing?
I have no idea, but it looks like Issa is flipping Jason off.
She's quite a bit brighter than she was before.
She's looking a little pissed. You want to take bets?
What you got?
Well, let's see. She's looking a little warm. Okay, I bet a copper.
Wrong button.
You want more? I want to go.
Do I look stingy?
I don't know. Do you want more or less?
Let's go platinum.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Do I have a platinum? I don't think I have a platinum.
I highly
I
doubt
don't
it.
Because you know who has all the money?
No.
Yeah.
He only has half of it.
No.
Kevo has it.
Kevo had
No.
it, and then
Does
Mia
it-
had some.
Wait,
no.
Kevo had it?
Kevo had it, and who else had it?
It was me.
Mia.
I had the other
Oh,
half.
Me.
okay.
I thought it was Sam and me.
No,
so-
yeah, I thought it was Sam and
Was
you.
it?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't trust Mia with the
Oh,
money,
yeah.
and I definitely didn't.
That's-
Wait,
trust
Kevo
with
wanted
money.
the rock.
Kevo was the one that took it all the time,
Uh-huh.
but he handed it over. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
No. Kevo took the gems. That's right.
That's what
That's
it was,
right.
the gym.
The gems are gone. That's true.
But we
Okay.
definitely don't have a platinum on us.
I don't have a platinum. What about a gold?
All right.
Okay. I
What are we
bet a
betting?
gold. I bet a gold that Issa smacks Jason
Which one's
before
Issa?
the tall one.
You're all kind of short.
I'm just sitting cross-legged
but
at the
we're
fire
talking-
with him
Except
now.
for he.
So glad Issa can't hear that dwarf right now.
Okay. So Issa is the red one, and Jason is the tall one. And I bet she smacks Jason before you leave our company.
That sounds like a good bet.
Uh-huh.
Crap, now I gotta roll to see if I smack
Can
it.
I can I bet with the dwarf?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
What? I mean, like for her not to hit me.
Yeah, I mean, it's your,
You
it's
don't
your
hear
money.
us, do you?
He's
I'm at the fire
yeah.
with you.
He's
Oh,
drying
yeah.
his clothes off.
Oh my gosh.
This is perfect then. Do we have a bet?
Aye.
All right.
Wait, you guys
thinking
are
of-
betting on this right in front of both of them?
No,
so
Issa's
Issa's
on the
on the
other
other
side.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
okay.
you
Okay.
and
okay.
Sam.
Okay.
So,
He's
like-
fucking. Get over here, you big lug of a bastard!
Did
and
I hear
help
that?
Us.
Did I hear that?
Who? Sam saying something?
Sam yelling with his
No.
hands cupped.
No, there's no way.
Oh, God.
That
Okay.
river's pretty loud.
Well,
I mean,
that
you know
explains
what?
why you didn't come back across.
Actually,
You can't hear me.
Cross, go ahead and do a performance to see if you're loud enough. We'll see.
Performance.
And Jason, go ahead and roll
That's
perception.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I need the roll.
What was it?
A 3.
3.
No. No, you sure didn't.
You're too cold.
Ugh.
I'm gonna look at Jason. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, are you warm enough that you think you could go back and get him?"
Not dry enough yet. I'm kidding.
You're
Do I
just
have
over here
to?
like toasting your buns. No, I think you should.
Do I have to though?
I think you should, sir.
I don't want to get
really-
wet again.
I'm just
I
sitting
had-
there.
I guess I grab the damn rope and I head back over.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it took you long enough.
So, Issa, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
are you? I've never really messed with the fire genasi. So, are you hot to the touch?
From what I understand, I'm warm to the touch. Like I have a higher core body temperature.
Okay.
But I'm not like
You're not on
burnable.
fire. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna warm Jason up as he like lugs her across the river.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Maybe.
or she just gets put out because she gets in the cold water.
No,
I
she's
made
gonna.
it.
She's that was gonna sound bad, but I was gonna be like, she's gonna ride you.
Oh!
Oh, wait. Maybe
Wait a
context.
wait a second. Our
Always trying to ride Jason's characters.
Everybody tries to ride the Jason.
It's the
Uh,
muscles.
you're able to
The
make-
muscles.
blocks of ice out of water, aren't you?
I am, and I'm also amphibious. So I was just gonna wait till Jason came back over and freeze his ass off to be like, I can swim myself across.
Well, what I was gonna say is you can make ice blocks for the rest of us.
Oh, you could have walked across.
They're gonna get probably swept away. Like if the
That's-
water's 5 feet
But
tall,
is she
right.
Could
she can only
freeze
make
a
so big
bridge?
ice blocks.
It's 5-foot squares. I think she's allowed
Oh.
to have 2 or 3 at a time, and then the first one will
Nice.
disappear. So,
But what it is, it's like
a 5
you know
foot
what?
cube.
yeah, and it's 5 feet deep, so it would come straight to
Well-
like the level of the of the river, but then, well, I'll just leave it at that because I know what's gonna happen if that happens. So, physics, guys.
And also,
I just
Could she?
I mean, also a 5-foot cube of water is like a 5-foot cube of ice is really fucking heavy.
But
It
you
is.
also said that the water is only 5 feet deep.
So the ice cube, I'm gonna call it an ice cube. The ice cube will like stay there, like it'll be like attached to the ground, right, to the bottom of the river, and come up 5 feet, and then basically you're just like there's just gonna be a thin layer of water on top. However, what happens
slick.
when ice goes into water?
Melts.
Starts to melt.
Displacement. So the river's
Yeah.
gonna raise a smidge, especially if there's 3 blocks, right? 3 times. It's a 45-foot expanse though, so
So it's gonna
probably
get a
won't be
little
too
taller,
bad.
and there's, yeah.
So there's still gonna
Nobody
be
said
some
there'd be
risk.
math.
Yeah.
Fuck
Math is
science.
forever.
You're playing D&D. It's all math.
Yeah.
Math, science, and magic.
He's
Yeah.
not wrong.
plus,
MSM.
ice
Listen up.
gets super slick whenever you get it wet. So like y'all could have like tried to step on it and just like missed your footing and
There's definitely still going to be
What-
rolls, but I mean, keep in mind you do have 2 ropes up there, so there's going to be rolls regardless.
There's always risk. Just
Yeah.
which ones are you willing to take?
Yeah.
The
the
only
right
math I
on
really do
Jason
know-
one.
The
Am
only
I
math
back?
I need to know.
Am
only
I back
math
over
I
there?
need to know is y'all dexterity rolls and how many d6 I need.
All right,
That's
so
the only math I need.
Jason, you are going back across right now.
Yeah, since nobody's telling me to stop with hand signs or anything.
How
so,
long? How long were you near the fire?
However long it took them to talk about their bet, so 5 minutes ish, probably.
Okay, so your clothes are pretty wet.
Yeah, I'm soaked.
Noted.
At least up to my chest area.
Okay, and you're wearing robes or just common clothes?
Let's see, what am I wearing? I am wearing leather, and I'm guessing a layer of common clothes underneath.
Okay, cool. All
So I
right,
don't look
that's
like
what
I have
needed
them.
to know. So
When you get back to the fire, you could strip and dry the clothes, but then because it's leather and it gets hot and wet, it's gonna shrink.
try to fit back in it.
Even better spandex, don't you worry.
I was
girls.
about to say. Now
We're
we have a skin tight bodysuit for him.
Oh yeah,
scuba
skin tight.
gear. Perfect.
I'm the
yeah. So
the
go,
main
Jason,
character of this.
Go ahead. You're fine on this round. Go ahead and roll a dex check just to make sure your footing doesn't slip. But it's going to be pretty low because you're quite tall and heavy. So, are you grabbing onto the
Rolls.
rope, by the way?
Yeah, I'm
like
holding
the-
the bottom one that's
Okay.
closest to the water.
Gotcha.
12.
Yeah, that's plenty. You make it across, and you stand on the other side, and you just see Torrent and the other guy, Torrent and the other dwarf, just chilling and watching. You see money sitting on the right next to the campfire, twinkling. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm here to taxi one of you.
What? Can you not do two?
You want me to grab two people with my powerful muscles?
I think you have two shoulders, sir. If you could do this. Okay, one can piggyback and the other one can be on your hip. Come on, mom this shit up. You can do this.
I'm literally the size and weight of a toddler.
Okay, guys.
This is
Like
what I'm
D&D
saying.
rules, I'm gonna assume that it's like a battle movement, right? Where it's like 30 feet, and you get half the movement whenever you're holding somebody and moving them for you.
Oh, I forgot. You're not a female.
Well, not only that, but so you're going through a raging river. You're holding on to a rope, so that kind of holds on to one hand, right? Plus, carrying someone halves your speed, so you're halved. So that's only 7 feet per round, so 5 feet per round.
Is
I'm
it
gonna be in that water a
permissible to
long
put the
time.
toddler in a backpack?
Depends how big they are.
It's still the same weight, ain't it? So-
Same
Still
weight.
the same weight, but
How-
it frees your hands.
How
Okay.
big I am? Give me 1 second. I am 3'2" and 45 pounds.
No, wouldn't work.
That's nothing.
3 foot. You would have to have a 3 foot backpack. That would go from from his shoulders down to his butt.
And that's only one of them.
You have
Like, you want me to carry
The other
two?
one's 4'11".
you you have a rope. You could what's that cloth thingy that you swap
like a
around your
Moby.
Yeah, I have one of those.
A Moby
Like,
wrap.
just wash.
Okay.
I
This
know
is what I was
4 different
thinking.
wraps on that, babe.
we got a water Genosi that I'm assuming can swim. I don't know. Might have some
Woohoo.
fear or something.
We ain't talking about her right now. We talk about the other two.
She could help the small one get across, and I'll help the fire one get across.
Okay.
All right.
That way there's no
Oh.
power moves and we all go down that way.
I'm just saying, I thought it would have been funny for you to try to do both of them.
Issa,
I think it would have been fun if you went back across.
roll an intelligence check when he says the small one to see if you understand who he's talking about.
Oh shit.
You said intelligence.
But it's clear I
I
made
couldn't
hand
have
signs at
been so
Sam.
soon.
I
I'm
made
so
hand signs at Sam.
excited.
I rolled a 15.
You're fine. Yeah, you knew who he was
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
There's a
I've
small
never
hand
wanted
flare up,
someone
but
to
she
fail so
connects
badly.
the
Is
dots.
it at disadvantage because she's already mad at him?
You know what? That kind of makes sense. Yeah, let's go again.
Do it. I'll do it.
Point of inspiration.
That was a nat 20.
Oh yeah, she's fine.
Oh, that's a sad face.
I'm just kind of like, really the small.
Okay, everybody. Personal note. I'm remembering this, Nina.
You get me all the time. Shut up.
It's in
right.
the book.
So, Jason, you're picking up Sam? Yes?
No. Picking up
Issa.
Issa.
I
And
get
then-
Sam Hain.
Okay. So,
I'll let Issa decide where she wants to be held and how.
Aura, how are you transporting Kraz across?
To my
I
bosom.
All right.
What?
He koala bears the front.
What the fuck?
I just choked on a fucking Jolly Rancher. Holy shit.
Okay. So I do have to ask, Aura.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I am medium. Let me.
I mean, technically I'm medium, but I'm probably a whole foot shorter.
Should be under description.
if you put something in.
I'm scrolling.
Just keep scrolling.
Just keep scrolling,
Um,
I am 5'6", 165 pounds.
And Sam, you're how tall?
3'2", 45 pounds.
Okay.
I know I'm
So
on the
he's
other side of the
picking up a
river,
3-year-old.
but am I allowed to give a suggestion?
Not that they can hear. No.
Don't worry,
Out of
I'll be
character, maybe.
backstroking. I'm
Okay.
backstroking.
So easily done, especially for you, because you have a swim speed. I will say that it's still halved because you are carrying him.
'Kay.
You are not immune to cold, however.
For show, I checked. I am not.
So I will need a Constitution save halfway through. So
Is
right
she immune
now,
to water?
she can breathe underwater.
She just doesn't let the water touch her.
You need that con save now.
Yeah. So you're gonna go about
Okay.
halfway across. Actually, a quarter of the way across first. You're gonna do a
Ah,
con save.
Jesus, take the wheel. I got a 6.
All right.
Oh
you
no.
are very cold at this point. Do you want to continue or turn back?
Nah, I'm gonna keep going.
All right, cool.
Hard nips and all. Sam is
Yeah.
enjoying the ride.
No, I'm just
Can I be
like,
like grab the rope, like acting out grabbing the rope?
She's backstroking. She's looking up.
hey, I think she's saying, I think there's motion to like grab the rope.
Sam,
There's
as,
a rope?
as you open your
Yeah,
mouth,
sure.
There's 2 ropes.
Sam, as you open your mouth, water is rushing around you. I need you to make a con save as water enters your mouth.
By the
He's
way,
gonna-
Crystal, do you have better swimming
21.
because you're water genasi?
Dirty 21.
You're good.
I think so.
What was your question?
Does she have better swimming because she's water
Yeah, she
genasi?
But
Okay.
she is carrying Sam, so
Yeah, so it
still
bounces
halved, yeah.
probably.
So 45 feet. So you just move 15. You're cold, but you continue on. Go ahead and make another con save as you make it a little over halfway now.
Okay. All right. 19.
All right. As you flex your bosom, your nips start like swimming with you as you have full control underwater, and you just like keep going.
Glorious.
They flap.
And they're just smacking
I'm,
Sam in the face, just repeatedly, ta-ta, ta-ta, as you do the breaststroke. And then that's pretty high. So actually, go ahead and do a con save with advantage this next time to see if you make it the rest of the way.
Okay.
Can we say that Sam gets his eye poked?
16 is pretty good.
16,
I mean,
There's something pointy touching
And
his cheek.
21.
Perfect.
well, what I'm saying is that like, you got to remember, I have a huge honking goblin nose. So is my face really that close?
It is.
Well, it's probably sideways, I
Right-
imagine.
Right in the cleavage.
I would imagine
Yeah.
sideways.
So-
yeah, same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be facing
Like
my
in
mouth
the
towards the
crack.
water area.
Yeah.
So
So, Ara, you make it across, and as Sam, as she gets out of water, you try to peel yourself away, and you are frozen to her.
Hey, what's her name? Human Heater. Issa. Yeah,
Oh,
Issa.
yes.
She can't hear you.
Let's
She's on the
involve
other
she's
side.
across the
I
channel.
haven't made it across
Oh.
yet.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
I just embrace him and then go sit towards the fire.
Awesome.
This is
Please
fine.
And I
Please drop
rock
me.
gently with him.
Please drop me.
I'm just laughing.
Please drop me.
Oh, Thorin is definitely laughing with you. He is
You
loving
are
this.
my sunshine.
Oh God, now she's
my
singing.
only
I love it.
She's
sunshine.
thinking
I
more
wanna
say
thoughts.
this.
What are you?
Jason and Issa, you see this, and what are you guys doing?
I whisper to Issa, she she controls water. She could probably get rid of all that ice on her.
Get me off of you.
You can't hear me.
You have no idea,
No,
Sam.
I know. I'm just complaining this entire time.
I'm completely ignoring everything.
She's
coming
just
out of his
rocking
mouth.
like, shh, baby.
Yep.
Shh.
Just pat.
Just-
Yeah.
Pat, pat, pat.
There's a small like subtle nod before she kind of half glares up and is like, the only reason I'm not punching the daylights out of you right now is because you came back.
Acceptable.
Um,
Give it
So-
time.
I'll let you decide how you want to mount the Jason.
God damn it.
Hey,
I
I hope that's what you said,
decide this.
character.
Okay.
He said that to her, right?
He did.
That's fantastic.
I'm like bending over. Okay,
Oh.
What?
I'm in
Issa.
position to be mounted.
Would you
Please
be
tell me you
offended?
hit his ass.
Would you be
Please tell
offended
me.
by him bending over, indicating that you're small?
You want me to make another?
That's up to you. I can't control your personality. I can only dictate what he's done as an action and ask you
Eh,
questions.
He
Is
also
it
said for you to
offensive
pick
to
how
you?
you wanted to mount him.
Doesn't that just make me submissive?
Maybe.
good.
Hey.
I'm assuming you're eye level at this point.
I would be like down on one knee, like
Oh,
have my
God.
hands
Okay.
out to my side, in a T pose, kind of.
Okay. She's gonna turn and give you like kind of almost a death glare, but not quite.
Look,
Let's
lass.
I'm
just
just
make it
waiting.
across.
She looks more
Let's
angry.
just make it across.
I
Don't
can't
say
look.
anything.
I lean in and I'm like, is she gonna? Is she gonna?
She's like wagging a finger in front of his face, and she's fuming. You can see like little puffs of smoke coming up. But
Are you-
she'll take his hand and then climb up and sit on his shoulders.
I'm gonna
Is
look
it-
over.
Wait,
Like-
is it wait? Is she beating? Fuck. Is she beating the shit out of him? Please
Not
tell me
yet.
yes.
I bet she waits until he gets over to her to the other side. That's what I would do.
I like this girl. I like this girl.
I'm gonna look. Or Torrin looks over at Torrent and says, "But she held her hand. So far, I'm winning."
Yeah, but you haven't left us yet.
That's true. All right, let's see what happens.
You also don't know the dumb shit that he says all the time.
I mean, that's fair. I've seen what he's done. It's not.
I
that
I feel like I probably hit him about 5 times.
All right, so Alphonse and Issa. So Issa, you get on his shoulders. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jason, do you start walking across? What are you doing?
I put my hand. I'm not going to use to hold the rope across her legs into my other armpit, basically, and then I start walking across with the rope in the other hand.
All right.
And I'll hold on to the rope higher up.
Okay, cool. You guys, Jason,
Super
you,
secure.
You step into
Yeah.
the water. You are still.
If you fall and slip, I'm still good.
You are still quite wet from before, but she is warming you up a little bit above the shoulders. Issa, your feet are dangling in the water, and it is frigid to you with your warmer core temp and it plunging into icy water. It's quite cold for you. Jason, about halfway through, you're actually going to need to do a Constitution save, but you will have advantage on this. A save, not a check.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I pressed the wrong one. Save. 7.
With advantage because you are resistant.
Worse. 6.
All right.
7 works.
You are very cold at this point. The only saving grace right now is the fact that your upper body is warmer. However, Issa, you feel your your legs specifically start to get chilled to the bone. I need a con save from you to make sure you're not trying to escape the cold waters. Oh, yeah, you're able to grunt through it and stay held on, but you do kind of like, you want him to hurry up. All right, so you guys continue on. I'll need another con save from you both, actually. Alphonse, this time you are not getting advantage because you've been in the cold water several times.
10.
All right, now I need a dex save from you, Alphonse.
Dex save. 3.
So the con save was a 10. You start freezing up, and you immediately, with the dex save, your feet just slide under you, and you both go under. You are only about 10 feet from the edge.
Am I still holding onto the rope?
You are currently, and that's the
So
only thing keeping you from being swept away.
Yeah, I'm
But
floating.
you're off your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. What would happen with Issa holding the top rope?
Issa was. Oh, was Issa holding the top?
Yeah.
She did mention that.
But you have her arm wrapped around your arm, or her leg wrapped around your armpits. Yeah.
Her legs are dangling on my chest, right? So I had my other arm across.
Yeah,
her
he
legs.
was gripping me.
Okay, so since you did grip and you're freezing, I would say your arms immediately don't move. So you would probably try to drag her with you. Let's do a strength check from you, Issa, to see if you can hold on to the rope as he goes under.
You said strength check.
Yeah.
It teetered on a 2, but I got 21.
Perfect. You're able
Woot.
to hold on pretty well. He is still kind of holding on, but you're kind of at an angle, and he's his body's kind of just floating above the water currently, or on top of the water, not above. Obviously, he's not flying. But yeah, what are you guys doing? Like I said, you're about 10 feet away, and everyone is seeing you.
Well, I'm gonna try and start kicking my legs and just swim the rest of the way, and
hope that
I'm gonna be
Issa
using the
notices.
Yeah. Well, obviously. I'm going to be using the rope to try and pull us both in because clearly he's got a death grip on my legs.
All right. So since you're both pulling, we'll do Issa do a strength check with advantage.
Okay.
As you have more space to be able to pull and not being drowned by water.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. Easily done. You're able to just pull yourself across. And in fact, you jump on across on land, and you're able to pull him up with that. And he's just laying there, just waterlogged. And your legs are freezing, but they are warming up quite quickly as you are a fire genasi. So it's not detrimental, but he is currently freezing. He needs to warm up.
Am I passed out? I can't move?
You're not immobile, but it hurts to move. It's like frostbite, right? You've already started losing feelings, so you're not, you're cold, but you're not able to feel it like that.
Can I slowly start to army crawl towards the fire that I know is there?
Yep.
I'm gonna go and help and rush to try to help him up.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So you drag him through to the fire, and then Issa, what are you doing?
I was gonna help on one side, but once we set him down, she's gonna slug him on the arm.
Awesome.
That's for asking me to mount you.
I'm gonna.
I lift the door, and I'm I go, and I point at him, and I point at him, and I was like,
I'm gonna, Torrent's gonna hold up his finger, hold it, lass. You said slap.
I said hit.
You said slap.
Wait. What are y'all talking about?
You were
I'm
too
still
specific.
holding Cross. So
Okay,
Yeah, it's just
so
muffled.
like, what are y'all talking about? What did she fucking say? And I need you to let go of me.
I look at the dwarf and I'm like, I said hit.
You definitely said slap. Let's rewind it.
Okay.
I don't know how to rewind. You said slap. I have it written down. You said slap.
Ah! Okay, fine. I was like, all right. So I point at my nose and I look at him and I squint my eyes and I go back and forth with the finger. I'm like, okay, all right. I see how you play. All right.
So I get Nina's gold that's already in my coffer.
No.
No one's won
Not-
yet because you guys
not
haven't. The bet was that she would slap him before Torin leaves you. So who knows how long that will be.
I got this. I walk up to Kay and I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you slap him?
Hey, that's cheating, lass.
You never said I couldn't ask.
It's implied, isn't
It's
it?
bullshit.
Nope.
A bet is a
Listen,
bet.
all right. She's
Yes.
probably gonna slap him anyways at some point. But wait a minute, is he? Wait a minute, is he conscious? Is he conscious? I just need to check before I say this.
He is conscious. He's not like asleep or anything. He's just cold.
I'm not paying attention much. I'm just trying to warm up as quickly as possible.
All right, cool. Looks like he's zoned out. I gotta say, honestly, you know, my crossbow. I feel like I'm quite a crack shot with my crossbow. By the way, sorry if I appeared threatening there for a minute. And I will say I have had a couple misses that might have accidentally hit him. He's gonna get slapped.
Torin looks over at you and he goes, "Who are you?"
I'm the goblin that was on the other side. Shot the crossbow.
He
You almost
squints
chucked an axe at me.
and he reaches into his pouch and he holds up spectacles. Ah, okay, I can see it now. Sorry, I'm a bit nearsighted or farsighted, whichever it is. He can't see close up. He's holding his spectacles up. Ah, okay. So, what are you doing here?
I mean, like I said on the arrow, you know, we were trying to find a. Well, so what happened was that we escaped a. Was it a drow prison? Yeah, a drow prison. With the help of some of the guards, they was getting attacked by demons. Another long story. And the escape route came across dwarven forge, and you know they were caved in. This forge was, and they had an alternate escape route that led through like some weird memorial maze, and the air went away, and you know we ended up in this big open cave, and we lost the dwarf that was helping us. If you happen to know the name Grunden.
Grunden? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Grundon.
you said there was a cave-in and a forge,
Yeah.
and you went through a mausoleum.
Yeah, I guess it was a mausoleum. It had like dwarven heroes, and
Are you talking about Grunden Mountain Hut?
I guess so.
And he's dead now.
I have his hammers in my pack.
His and all
Oof.
the others that were in the
I have his
the
hammers.
asphyxiation chamber.
We
Oh,
found
God.
other, we found other others that weren't quite as able to get out, and you know Grunden took their hammers. So I figure I might as well see if I could either put them to a building use, or if you know they could go somewhere they deserve to be.
That is sad news.
Are still some alive in the cave-in now?
There are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That are
think
still-
Issa also has a message to deliver.
We have part of
Yeah.
our group that's there, and there are several dwarves left,
Who-
as well as
Who has the message?
I have a message for the Firebeard clan.
Okay. I can take you to them.
Which
The-
explains and she does the motion of fire and beard that she did earlier.
I mean, that kind of makes sense now. So, I am from the Fireheart clan. I knew Grunden very well. It is sad news that he lost his life. How did he die?
Well, we were fighting these two gigantic oozes, like
Oh, no.
cubes, and His bomb went off a little too early, I guess.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That is quite sad, though. We do have quite a journey ahead. It'll give me time to mourn and prepare his family. You say you have all the hammers of everyone who's fallen?
Yeah, it was him, and I want to say, was it 3 or 4 of his forge people? I want to say it was 3, maybe 4. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hammers usually have initials, so when we get back to the clan hut, we can look through. If that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he says, "Let's rest here for a bit. We need a good night's sleep. It's a long journey. This area should be safe. All we have to really worry about is flooding, but we'll be well warned before that."
I immediately pass out as soon as he says, "Let's go. I'll go to bed" or whatever.
Cool. And he hears you snoring. He looks over and just like kind of like not really giggles, but like huffaws a little bit, and pats you on the shoulder. And he's like, "I'll soak the fire and make it warmer for him." And he kind of just pokes it a little bit and allows the coals to kind of spread out a little more. So you guys can lay here.
Can I produce flame and
Oh yeah, for sure.
hold it like behind him so he gets heat from both sides?
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that.
I imagine I'm probably pretty close to fetal position next to the fire.
Perfect. So you got his backside, while the fire has his front side. Works for me. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's dawning on me now. Shut up.
perfect. So he smiles and he just nods at y'all and he goes, "All right, rest up. I'll take first watch. Who should I wake?"
Me.
Okay then.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't quite have to sleep as much.
Sounds good. I'll wake you if anything happens, but we should be good. Flooding only happens once a fortnight, and we just had one, so we should be good.
Right
Oh
on.
man, I forgot we lost our 2 other elf-ish people.
You sure did.
That would making my night so easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dwindling
Oh,
down already?
that reminds me. There were these like darker looking dwarves with like they fucking grew gigantic.
Ah, no. Those are some rough bastards.
Yeah, they're dead.
Oh, good.
Or at least 3 of them are.
Excellent. You can take care of the whole clan if you'd like. Or the multiple clans, I guess. They're everywhere. But not here. They're not a fan of water, surprisingly enough.
Okay. Noted.
All right. So, if you guys
All
would
right.
like to take the first half goes uneventful, and he wakes you up, Torrent, for the second half. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, or roll perception. I'm sorry.
Perception.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
All you really hear is the sound of water rushing by. Nothing really eventful happens. You guys are able to get a full long rest, so go ahead and mark that.
It's been like 5 sessions.
Yeah, it's been a minute. That is for sure.
Whew.
All right. Everybody have their long rests marked?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so you guys wake up the next morning, and you see Torin, the dwarf, which you still don't know his name, so the dwarf poking at the fire. Torrent, you saw him wake up a little earlier than everyone else and started packing up his things. And he went and grabbed a bucket of water and set it next to the fire so he could put it out whenever it's time. And he just sits there and waits, not really doing much. He did grab a couple rocks, and he had like a tiny chisel, and he started making some small toys, or more figurines than anything, or statues, little tiny statues. And he
I think
leaves
I
one
would
by
be sitting beside him, asking his name and information about him and different stuff.
Cool. He looks at you and he goes, "I'm Torin. Torn Firebeard. I was waiting for the messenger, so I'm assuming that's her. I'm not supposed to open the letter, though. It's supposed to go to the clan leader. I've been waiting for a while, though. It seems we've been waiting for news about the cave-in, about the forge. Actually, we knew of a cave-in, but we didn't know where, and we've been missing our people for quite some time. The letter was to ask for help to try to gather our people back, but last we heard, there was a demon swarm somewhere underground and preventing things from coming through, getting help. So we put out a quest and was hoping for the messenger to come through. And here she is. Not much else. I do have a wife and 3 kids.
Okay. Do you know how long you've been waiting for the messenger?
It's been about 3 days.
And you were expecting her 3 days ago?
Nah,
Or...
just wait. When we put out the quest, we don't know when it's going to be picked up. So one of us just comes to the river and waits. So here I sat. We submitted the quest around 5 days ago. Typically, we just wait around on after the second day. Just
Okay, so question. When you're waiting for somebody to come to the river and cross the river, how do they normally cross the river?
he points down about a half mile. There's a bridge down there.
Oh, of course there is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you point that way when we were trying to cross?
I mean, you shot an arrow at me. How was I supposed to know?
But we sent a message after that and explained everything.
His accent is awful.
Oh, well, okay, fair.
Sounded goblish.
Oh, shit.
Is everybody else
Always fucking
awake?
communication
Yeah.
issues, guys. Always
Well,
communication issues.
Right. Well, that's a nice way to wake up, you bastards.
I
check out my armor. Is it more skin tight?
yeah. So it did shrink. It didn't shrink horribly, but it's a little tighter. For
Good
sure.
news is,
It's
though,
showing off my
is-
muscles better though.
Yeah, sure.
Good news is, though, is because of the leather and you got it wet and it shrunk to your body, you won't get chafing or anything now because
That's
that's how
true.
you break in leather sheets.
Until you try to remove it.
Okay,
well,
Jesus.
yeah.
What the hell is this woman's grip?
Aura,
Excuse me?
did you hold him through the night? I think.
Koala, she's talking.
She's
to her
muted.
daughter.
She may
You're
have.
muted.
We shall see. She's
She's
talking.
she's
to her
talking to
kids.
somebody.
Okay.
So you guys all wake up, and he says, "We have to walk through the Hall of Echoes. Be wary that our spirits abound."
Is there anything we should know going into this?
You have to earn the trust.
Okay. How do we do that?
Tell them a story,
Tell them a story?
but it must be true.
Oh, thank God Kevo's not here.
Oh god.
I know.
I just like physically sigh with relief.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. By the way, you said your name was Thorn.
Thorin.
Thorin, thank you. Yeah. By the way, Thorin, my bag's over there. It should be the back pouch has the hammers. If you want, you can go ahead and take them.
He says, "It's impolite to get into somebody's backpack. You can just hand them over if you'd like."
I'd love to, but I'm kind of compressed.
Booby glued.
For now, we'll just assume that you're unkoala'd
Oh,
by now,
fair enough.
because you were frozen to her before. So
Yeah, you
hopefully the
definitely
ice is
melted.
melted.
Unless she
Yeah,
kept
true.
refreezing you, which would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh, too bad she can't hear us. I guess.
Oh, that is beautiful. Please tell me she just kept on freezing his face to her chest.
She's
she
smiling.
heard it. She
She's
heard
not-
it.
Oh,
No, I didn't keep freezing him there. I just kind of kept holding him there.
But you are still holding him there, like he hasn't
Yes, yes.
run away since you've both
Correct.
woken up.
He's
Let-
been grumbling, but
let's go.
yes, he's been grumbling.
I-
It's
I-
fine. He's
I absolutely love that you just held on to him all night.
He
You're just
he was
holding-
colicky.
Yeah. They're there.
I had to burp him a couple times. It's fine.
Get all that water out that he inhaled.
Uh,
So he looks at you, Sam, and he says, "It looks like you've got your hands full, or at least your face full. We could talk
I'm
about it
not-
later."
I'm not exactly a physical person.
I am. And he stands up and he douses
Hey.
the fire, and he starts walking. Goes, "Follow me."
Listen, you're more than
I li-
welcome to switch spots.
I light up my war club as we go.
Awesome.
He's
With-
married with three wives.
wives,
Three
damn.
kids. Shut up.
Oh.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they have multiple wives. I don't know. Polygamy or whatever it's called.
Mormon dwarves.
Mormon
I'm,
dwarves.
gu-
Mormon
I'm,
dwarves.
gu-
There you go.
I'm guessing I finally managed to. I finally managed to wrench my way out.
Who's
of
your
it.
god? Mormon.
I'll tell you what. If Ara doesn't want to let go, I can say you can do contesting strength checks to see if she can.
Oh, I'll let go.
Okay.
Now that it's fine.
You just hold on to the back of his collar. Don't go too far.
Literally, the second her grip goes away, I like roll away.
Excellent.
I think of just like a mother putting a child in one of those leash backpacks.
We need to find a whip. We need to find a whip.
She has a rope.
Oh,
Okay, so Cross,
Yeah, but I'm gonna
as she
yeah.
loosens her grip and you roll away, roll and then roll a wisdom check to see which
Oh,
way
no.
you roll.
Oh God, no.
9.
Oh, bro, you hit the ground as you wiggle free and you just start rolling towards the water.
I run after him.
I think I second that motion.
I just watched.
No.
All right, you know what? Both of you roll acrobatics to see if you can catch him.
Oh God.
And Sam, roll.
Please
a
both
dex,
roll low and bump your heads.
Roll a dex save as well.
I have 45 walking speed. Can I just say that I dashed to him?
16.
You got to know that he's doing it, and I don't think
Okay,
you were
sorry.
watching. So
Yeah, it depends where you are in the walking order.
That is if
16.
that's still
15.
like between his 16, Issa's 18, and your 15. You're able to catch him pretty quickly, and as you get to him, he's actually standing up, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of was just stuck in a death grip for the last 8 hours.
a death grip would imply that
Motherly
you were
death
going
grip.
to die.
I
I'm
felt like it. I
pretty
felt
sure-
like I was going to die.
I was
pretty sure she
suffocated
saved
between
your
pillows.
life. I'm pretty sure she saved your life. Why would she save your life and go through all of that just to kill you here?
You hear Thorin laughing up ahead, and he goes, "Enjoy the pillows," and he just keeps walking. He's not stopping for you guys.
I
I
run
I'm
after
still walking.
Thorin.
I'm still walking while I was
Okay,
just
perfect.
watching.
I grab my bag, shake the water out of my homunculus, throw it back in my bag, and just start grumbling away.
Perfect. Speaking of, so your homunculus was in your backpack, yeah?
Yeah.
So most bags are waterproof, anyways.
Oh, okay.
So you should be fine. I mean, it was submerged at one point, so go ahead and roll a tinkering tools check to make sure that everything it's moisture free and stuff, so we don't have any issues.
He doesn't have a bag of rice to dry everything out.
No.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what Tinker's
You
tools.
can always catch it on fire if you need me to.
I'm pretty sure you're proficient, so just roll a d20, add your proficiency modifier and your dexterity modifier.
Couldn't he just shock himself with static hands or whatever it is and warm up his metal?
Well, it's not about that.
11 plus dexterity is 3 plus proficiency is 2. So yeah, 16.
All right, yeah, it's plenty. You're able to get all the water out and dry everything out, and he starts walking along with you. Perfect.
I'm also going to go ahead and take out the hammers and hand them over.
Okay, cool. And he nods to you and says thank you, and he puts them in his pouch. You guys walk for about 2 hours down this long corridor. All you really hear is your footsteps. There's nothing really going on. Eventually, even the water, the sound of the raging river, fades away from you. And then he kind of stops and he says, Up ahead is the Hall of Echoes. Remember, the story must be honest and true. If even one thing is off, the spirits won't be happy.
Does it have to be about us or just any story that's true?
It must be about you. And he walks forward and he starts regaling the tale of how he met his wife. And you see spirits just swarming towards him. And he talks about how they were in a mining company together as slaves to the drow. And he fell in love with her, and together they made a plan to escape. By the time they escaped, they did have their first child, and they were afraid to leave, fearing that the child would die on the journey home. But they got some help from a drow who grew up in the area, but disliked the fact that they used slaves, and helped them find passage back to the Underdark to get back to their home. And the spirits kind of just kind of fly away, and he nods and says, "Thank you for listening," and he continues on. Who's first?
Me.
All right. Torrent, you walk forward and you see them start swarming towards you. What do you say?
Before this life, I had another where I was in service to make drinks. I was a bartender, and I had moved to the city in plans that I was going to work at a tattoo shop underneath one of my favorite tattooists. And I was actually on the bus ride headed towards work, and all of a sudden I died and I woke up in this body. And I am currently trying to figure out if I am ever going to be able to go home or if this is now my new home.
They continue flying towards you, and they surround you, and then they fly off. And you see them in the distance just watching.
Okay.
You're supposed to thank them, lass.
Thank you for letting me pass and for listening to my story.
And looks up, and then they dissipate.
Okay.
And you're able to walk through. Who is next?
Can we hear like the whole story as
You
it
can.
goes through?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll go.
I-
I start telling them about my first real adult road trip and what I see on my way to my first out of state lifting competition, and I explain how what we did there, and like how I did and how I felt so inferior to these people that actually made their life's work to just lift, and how I wanted to be more like them. So that was my first big adult session to decide my future path. And I tell them about a different drive back because I went down a different road to drive home to be with my thoughts. Thank you for listening to my story.
They surround you for a bit, and then they vanish up into the sky once again. All right. Who's next?
I guess Issa will take a deep breath and okay. Well, like my monk friend up ahead said, I'm from a different life as well. My previous life, very close to her parents. Parents were very wonderful. very wealthy. You know, tried to get me to do things on my own, and I did. Now here I'm bombarded with a similar story. Parents are well known, very wealthy, but I'm not as close to them. It's rough for me to wrap my brain around it. And I'm hoping I can learn more and help myself. Question mark? But yeah. Thanks for listening.
They swarm around you for a bit and fly up and dissipate as well. Thorn looks at you guys and says, "You lived a different life before?"
All of us.
I just nod my head.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
It's interesting. Like, another life is in... You spoke of words, and he looks at you, Torrent. He goes, "You spoke of words that I'm not familiar with, like bartender and a bus. I'm not really sure. Where are you from?"
A different world, so it seems.
"A different world." Huh.
The best thing I can guess.
You see...
Word.
You see the spirits swarming again. Who is next?
Only 2 left.
All right, I'll tell my story. So I look around and I'm like, okay, so like we were all saying, when I was in the other world, I was what they call a punk rocker, and I had crazy colored hair, and I wore like spikes but around my neck, and big old boots, and I listened to really loud angry music, and nobody could control me, and I went wherever I wanted and I did whatever I wanted. And I think I was out at like a concert or something one night, and then don't remember a bunch of stuff, which I guess is common for me in a concert. And then I wake up and I'm in this like weirdo water looking body of mine. I can breathe underwater now. But I feel like I'm very sheltered in this life. Like my folks were super important, and yeah, I don't know, but like I wanted to go explore, if that makes sense.
The spirits surround you, and they go faster and faster, and then they just disappear around you instead of floating back up.
You have to say thank you.
Did they like absorb into me? Do I have
No,
superpowers
no.
now? Do I look different, you guys?
I whisper, you have to say thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, powerful spirit
As you
people,
hear
wherever you went.
the thank you, see all the spirits come back and fly up to the ceiling once again.
What?
All right. I think Sam is the last one.
All right. This is a story I absolutely fucking hate. I accidentally killed my first and only love. What happened was that in the other world, I worked in a computer shop. And well, computers, it's a whole technological thing. I don't have the time to explain it all. And but these computers, they had components in them worth a decent amount of money. It was me and my girlfriend at the time. Well, one day a guy comes in wearing a mask, holding a gun, and he grabs her since she was like stocking the shelves right next to the door. He wanted the money. He wanted the computer. He just wanted to get stuff to steal to and whatever. Well, I kind of panicked, like this was our livelihood. This was literally everything that we had. And what happened was that I panicked. We had a safety gun ourselves. So I went and reached for the gun, and the guy managed to hit me with a shot of his gun. It kind of didn't quite hit me. Well, no, it didn't quite hit me. What it did was that it like hit a shelf that was next to me, So a ton of stuff on the shelf like just fell on my head, and I was dazed and confused. I stood up, concussed, and I was standing there woozy, and I was trying to line up the shot, and it didn't line up. It didn't line up.
Oh.
You see the
And
spirits.
I just haven't felt any about romantic sense.
You see the spirits
Thank
circle
you.
around you much slower than everyone else. And they settle onto the ground, and you see drips of shadow surrounding you as they fly away. And surrounding you is a circle of shadow. And
What?
he, Torin looks at you and he says, "They weep for you. We shall all pass. I'm sorry
Thank
about
you.
your wife or your girlfriend."
Yeah, we were. I don't know if you have this term, fiance. Like we were set to be betrothed, but
Ah,
we
you're
weren't.
betrothed. I'm truly sorry, my friend.
Yeah.
We know of loss very much down here. I do not know quite that loss, but I feel for you. The rest, I'm not really sure what a punk rocker is, but we have plenty of rocks down here. Multicolored hair, that's generally from fire. When, they used to be blonde or redhead. The fire made them black with soot. Multicolor sounds pretty cool, though. Spikes around the neck is a new one. I've always heard of chains. I came from a slave colony. But spikes is new. That would have been very helpful.
We wear chains too.
Oh. On purpose.
Chain spikes. They're like on leather bands. You put metal spikes like through the leather bands, and you wear like the flat part against your neck as like kind
It's
of an
worn more
aggression.
as a fashion statement than a status statement.
Don't
It-
worry.
it-
It's weird as you think it is.
During all of this, Torin is just looking at Sam with like tears in her eyes, and she rushes up to him and hugs him really, really big.
Get off me!
I'm gonna pat his head and be like, "Shh, it's okay."
the best part, you're not
I
gonna say hi.
have a knife. Get off me!
His big o snoz is like hanging over your shoulder.
I pull back to look him in the eye and be like, "I'm sorry," and I let him go.
You hear Torin just wipes his nose and turns away. And all right, guys. Yeah, we need to get going. I guess we've passed the trials.
Oh, I wonder what Jameson's story was.
Who's Jameson?
He's one of our
He's somewhere back there.
I
friends.
hope he tells the right
Companions.
story.
He was one of our group that got caught in the cave-in.
Ah,
Supposedly.
He's
Yeah, supposedly.
he's either following us, which I don't think he is at this point because he would have had to go through the trial with us. He's really good at hiding, but I'm pretty sure he stayed with the group.
so
He's probably making a cult.
So he's either
Probably.
here or he's not. One or the
Yeah.
other. Gotcha.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense, but okay.
He always used to hide whenever
He didn't
we
make
walked
much
around.
sense.
It was
Valid.
very interesting young man.
You see Torin reach up, and what you didn't see before, he just grabs something above him, and he pulls it off, and as you hear a he's holding a mushroom, and it starts lighting up.
Oh, that's cool.
Go ahead and grab one. If it goes dim, just shake it.
No,
long-
I'm totally grabbing like
Can-
two.
It's a
Can-
glow stick.
Can I ask how long they last to Thorin?
Until you stop shaking it.
So forever?
It could.
All right.
Uh,
Giggity.
It does disintegrate in regular light, though.
Oh,
I grabbed
Can I-
two
can-
and I put one in the bottom of my bag.
All right.
Can I grab 10? Put in my bag?
There's only like 8 total.
Oh. I
Oh,
grab
I'm
as
like-
many as I can after everybody grabs theirs.
I like
Okay.
have to jump to grab mine.
So I know Ara grabbed 2, Torrent grabbed 2, so that's 4. So there's only one left after you all get one. So who's getting extra? I guess.
Well, shit. I'll take the second one.
All right, there you go.
And I put it in my bag, so hopefully the
I'll-
light doesn't touch it if we get somewhere where it's more light.
All right.
So I'll actually help Sam get his and also pass him mine. And then when he looks at me obviously confused, I'll just produce flame in my hand. I've got my own light.
Perfect.
Oh, my
Yeah.
my war club's already lit, so
All right. So you guys start walking through the rest of the cavern, and as you walk, your echoes are just like resounding off the walls, and you hear whispers behind you. And he goes, "Just ignore them. They're reciting your tales to the others." And then you
maybe-
hear, actually, all of you roll perception for me.
Oh God.
oh,
7.
Oh God,
5.
guys. Okay, I got a 21.
12.
Oof. Okay. Aura and Torrent, you both would hear a very familiar voice, though faint. You hear the voice of Mia telling her tale.
What?
What? So I stop and can I look back?
There's no one there.
I want to say out loud, God dang it, what the hell was Mia's character name? I suck.
Mia.
Mia.
Okay. I just want to be like, guys, I can hear Mia.
I
What?
was like, me too.
I
don't
swear
hear
I can
anything.
hear her.
No, I
She's
definitely
telling
hear
her story right now.
I
You
just
guys can't
hear
hear her?
I just hear whispers.
I look at Torin and I'm like, if somebody died down here, would their spirits go to this hall?
The spirits sometimes can find their way here. This place is more connected to the spirit realm than most places. So as you speak your stories, if it is familiar or enough to someone, it can bring them here and have them give a listen. Aura, with a 12, it's just barely a whisper, but you are able to make out. Torrent, you rolled really high, and it is about her real world history, and she talks about being a very shy girl throughout her school life, and after graduating high school, she went to college at a medical school to become a nurse. And she giggles and says the school was a simp school. And then she says, School of Indiana Medical Procedures.
That like shocks me, and I'm like,
Was she gonna be a like the butt checker?
Right.
She was going to help others in need. Throughout her studies, she met a boy in her class and started to develop very deep feelings for him. But being the shy girl that she was, she couldn't muster up the strength to tell him how she felt. So as a way to cope, she would create characters to act out her sexual fantasies and started writing out what happens in her diaries. And as weeks turned into months, she began to dream up this world where she created and acted them out and wrote them out and started publishing them.
Oh no.
I'm like, oh my God, this sounds just like my friend from the bar.
Wait a second. I think I've seen one of these books.
Reading, what's that? No, I'm kidding.
Wait, if I knew her, did I know y'all in real life?
I doubt it. I was a pretty big loner.
I mean, I was just
Mom read those books.
I was just the local computer guy. If you ever went to the computer store, you saw me.
The computer store that's right beside the bar on 16th?
Yeah. That's where I'd always grab a bite to eat.
I may have been there once, but I don't
Yeah, I'd
remember.
get oh, what was it? It was like a burger with jalapenos and mac and cheese. Weird burger. It tasted amazing.
I squint at you and I'm like, what color hair did you have? What did you look like?
Wait a second. I mean, like we're just squinting at each other now.
I look at you and I'm like,
Brown. It looks like it's
Sam?
brown. It looks like it's brown, but it's actually red.
The guy that used to come in and get the double steak or the double cheeseburger with pepper jack cheese, macaroni and cheese on top, and mayonnaise on the bottom?
Oh no, I never got mayonnaise. That's gross. Like it was macaroni and cheese and jalapenos.
Right, but like they always put mayonnaise on it.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I like burgers.
So I just like shake my head. I was like, this is
God,
weird.
I miss burgers.
Yeah, me too.
Oh fuck.
Torin turns around. He goes, "Wait, are you saying you came here and you never knew each other's stories? And how long have you
No.
been here?
Only a few days.
That's
Yeah.
still plenty
About
of
a week.
time. If I woke up in another world, I'd be telling them my story, trying to find people who may know me.
We
Well,
haven't had much time, and this is like the only second time we slept in a week.
Damn."
we've also
I-
been like we got stolen and thrown into a prison and like there's been a lot of running and not a lot of communication.
Oh, there was the demon circus.
Oh my god,
a
yes.
demon circus, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It had this weird guy. He had like a hat, and I think it was 2 gems, and it was weird.
As you say this, you all hear a ha 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 ha. Don't
Aw,
worry,
fuck.
I'm still here.
And I look around. You had to mention him.
Torin says, "Mention who?"
I look up into the space and I go, "What's your name?"
I'm Torin.
No. To the laugh.
No
He didn't
response.
hear it. Oh, great. Yeah.
I
this
think
is
I think I
wonderful.
know. I think
Would
I
I
know
have
why
heard
he's.
it?
I think I know why he's not doing this.
Issa, you did not hear it.
Okay.
You have no idea what she's talking about.
I think there's always been mythology where you can exert true power over a demon by knowing their name. So he has no reason to give you his name.
But didn't he say something about going by multiple names? Surely he could be able to give one and it not be his true name.
Well, I mean, technically, by that logic, he could give a fake name and it not be a name that's actually what he goes by.
Yes, but he could still have power by those who know of him. Names are power.
Eh.
Thorin looks
But-
around, looks up in the sky, goes, "You're kind of freaking me out right now."
Yeah, they're kind of freaking me out too. And she kind of steps closer to Thorin.
I pat his back and be like, "It's fine, let's go."
He shakes his,
Yeah.
his mushroom and makes it brighter. Looks around.
I said I put those in my backpack.
He has one.
Oh, don't worry. This isn't the first demon we've dealt with.
It's not the first mushroom
Is
I've
it-
shook either.
The first demon I've dealt with.
I've shaken plenty of mushrooms. I go down this hall a lot. He has no idea what you're laughing about.
I'm just like cackling.
Excellent.
So in our world, mushroom is a euphemism.
What's a euphemism?
It's a word that can replace another word.
So what does mushroom would replace?
I just kind of glance at his face, glance like down, glance back at his face, glance down, back at his face.
And he's looking. He goes, "What are you looking at?" And he looks down at his boots. They're a little
No.
dirty, but
I'm
No,
just cackling.
it's something that your wife would know.
uh,
I think what they're trying to say is you say one thing meaning another.
yeah, I get that, but I don't know what he's replacing it with.
Your member, your baby maker.
Oh,
Your
Ah,
genital.
yeah.
but it looks nothing like a mushroom.
In our world, sometimes they do.
Strange.
Yeah.
Right, moving on.
Yeah. I'm just marching down the hallway.
Hey, Thorin's like, hold up now, Goblin.
No, we don't need to hold up. We need to
No.
continue.
I'm beginning to have conversations.
Goblin. Surely yours doesn't look like a mushroom. Yours has a spike like mine, yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what? I haven't paid attention to it. Like so in our world,
Wait,
there's
what?
no goblin.
You don't.
So in the world that we used to live in, there's like no
are you in
goblins,
any?
no humans, no elves. Like we were all humans.
But like,
But if there's no
world,
humans, how? Never mind. You know what? We're going.
So
Yeah, there was
I'm-
only.
So Torrance looking at both of them back and forth with like her hair lip raised and her mouth slightly ajar, and she's like, "Spike
Aye, most of us at least.
on the top or the bottom?"
There's a.
You'd like
there's
to
a
find out?
spike.
Oh nope, nope.
There's a.
scurries backwards.
I just see I like you see a couple shades darker of green.
Actually, Torrance like thoroughly like intrigued, but not in a sexual way, but in a completely like super like innocent way, like Spike.
She's contemplating life right now.
I
What?
She really
My
is.
world is blown.
It's not the only thing that's blown.
Ah!
Bravo!
And he just he just like has an extra pep in his step now, and he just starts walking on. Come on now. Maybe you'll find a nice gentleman. Where are we going? He can show you.
With the Spike, I don't know. Like, y'all just whip it out and let people look at it.
I mean, if you ask nicely.
I think he's implying you might get laid.
Like, what do you mean by late? Like, no,
No.
no.
Lost
Well, like,
somebody.
I surely can't handle a Spike. And I look down.
Are you sure?
I don't. I feel as though this needs a diagram before I can fully commit to it.
You see, he kind of just scrunches his face and like, dearie, there's a lot that needs to be explained to you.
Yeah, evidently. And she's just like thoroughly confused, like still
Yeah.
scratching her head.
Like we only have humans in our world. We don't have anything else. So like this is all.
You don't have animals?
Well, we have animals. There's
What do you
the
eat?
only sentient, well, sapient, the intelligent life on our planet was only humans. We had like animals. We had cows, pigs, bears, chickens. And we didn't have dragons. We didn't have hippogriffs. We didn't have griffins. Our spiders were only about yay big. No gelatinous cubes.
Sounds very boring.
Oh, it fucking was.
I would just like to say I googled stuff, and Google for once in its life popped back with no results found,
Wow.
guys. Like, can you see that right now?
Needs a horse running.
Oh my god.
There's no fan fiction about this or anything. I'm like thoroughly
there will be.
confused. Oh, I bet there will.
Yeah. So he starts walking with you guys, and what do you guys want to do? It's still quite a long journey.
I'm just
Issa's definitely
explaining-
a darker shade of red than her usual.
I'm just explaining like the intricacies of like the differences of life on our world and theirs. How like all the plants just stayed in one place. There weren't like any sentient plants like Ents or
Oh,
dryads.
Sam's just
or
spending the whole time explaining how our world used to be.
I walk
Yeah.
up to Jason and I'm like, how?
And then
How?
like
My only thought is
what-
Red Rocket. So,
what
Like, is
another
that
thing
cons-
was like
Like, is that how you would explain that?
like that's the
Like-
only thing I could think of that's Spike like an animal like from what the DM said.
Jason and I are still talking about dicks, and Sam's trying to have like this intellectual conversation.
we had like our settlements. We had these things known as cars, and what they were they were machines that were like crafted. It was like a carriage, but instead of a horse, it had it had this thing known as a moat. It's like it had a little miniature forge, like fueling itself inside of it.
That sounds
I
quite
look at Jason
dangerous.
and I'm like, do you think he means ridges?
And
I don't
he
know.
says, "No, it's a spike. Some have two."
Oh god.
Oh!
Oh god. It's like a proboscis or whatever, like from a fucking mosquito.
And he looks over at you, Kraz, and he says, "These motors or engines? I forget what you said."
They're like
He
so they're
said-
like a little forge, but it's not like there's people inside of them. It's like it's a self-sufficient forge. You fuel it in a tank, and it pulls its own energy and creates that. It pulls its own fuel, and it creates energy inside of it through combustion. Through fire, and that combustion allows it powers
The
it gives
carriage
the
to
power.
move forward.
Yeah, it powers the carriage to move forward.
By blowing
But it's not
fire
like
out the
fire
back?
coming out of the back.
No, okay. No fire out the back. So how does it propel forward?
So those computer things I was talking about, there's like a small little computer inside of it, and the fire gets converted into an electrical process, like lightning does, and then the electricity.
So wait.
I don't know if you actually know cars or not.
I'm not a genius on cars.
There's a mechanical aspect and there's a computer
So he
aspect.
said he looks at you and goes, "So you're in a carriage full of fire and lightning?"
Oh no,
contained fire and lightning.
it
Okay, so
contains
it
fire
can't
and
escape
lightning,
and just
but it
keep-
doesn't get
just
to
keep
us.
burning you.
No.
How does that-
No. We actually have systems inside to push cold air onto us.
And as you guys continue forward for several hours,
Just
as
explains
just
cars the whole
explaining-
time, but he's not
explaining
explaining
different
it very
things
well.
from
Yeah, but yeah, no, like we don't get hit by the fire, unless two of them hit head on. That's critical failure on 2 points.
yes, critical. Do we know that one?
Goes back and forth between looking like still confuddled and trying to figure something out and listening to Sam and cracking up. Just back and forth.
All right. Issa and Jason, what are you guys doing while this is going on?
Well,
Trying
me
to
and
ignore
Torrent were talking about the dick situation, so I don't know how long that lasted.
I think it's still going on in our head.
I'm not even paying attention to Sam other than whenever he's like, yeah, there's lightning and cold breezes. And I'm like, what? I just look at I'm like, no, this is more important.
Excellent. You guys continue walking for several more hours, and you guys come to like an open cavern of sorts, but it's not super deep. It's just off the hallway. And he goes, "Well, we're rest here for the night. We've walked quite a bit of distance. Should be relatively safe, but just in case, we should probably have 2 lookouts."
I'll look out.
I can do first watch as well. So that way everybody
I'm-
else can get
I'm only known for my muscles. I'm not good at looking at things very well.
All right. So Torrent and Issa are going to do first watch. As the rest of us lay down, both of you roll perception for me.
14.
Issa?
2. Or well, I rolled a 2, so it's a 4.
Excellent. All right, Issa, you don't hear anything.
Right.
In fact, you are still thinking about what was said and just staring into the fire, trying to shape the fire with your fire skills to represent some phalluses with spikes in different shapes and trying
No,
to.
I have the perfect scenario. She's doing that, and then she gets flustered and frustrated. She turns to Torrent and goes, "Look, this is a fantasy world with fantasy things going on. I've got 2 words for you. Bad dragon. Done. Done."
I look at her and I'm like, did you just make a Shrek reference?
No.
Even when she's trying to explain something, Torrent's just like, "Are you talking about Shrek?"
Torrent knows nothing about like the life world, like the real world kind of the concept. Serenity knows a little bit, but Torrent knows nothing.
Oh, okay.
So she goes back and forth between like understanding and not understanding. And so I look at you and I'm like, what do you mean?
Mm. You know, it's better left in the other world. Let's just leave it over there, okay? Cool?
She
Yes,
cocks her
cool.
head. Are you talking about dildos?
Yes.
She busts out laughing.
As you do, Thorin's like, huh, what's going on? What's going on? Something here?
Even brighter, deeper red, trying to hide her face.
I look at Torrent. I'm like, I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
Okay, then.
I need my 8 hours of beauty sleep.
So I can go back to sleep then?
Yes.
All right, then he
Definitely.
just turns over and quickly falls back asleep.
I look at Kay and I'm like, have you ever
I've
owned
looked.
one?
No. 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 Looked, but I've not touched.
Look? I think
You hear Thorin. I've got something you can touch if you'd like.
No.
Torrent busts out laughing again.
My wife won't mind.
No.
All right, the
Is your
offer's open.
god Mormon by chance?
No, they're just free loving. That's all.
We just love love.
Oh, it's
They're a bunch of underground hippies. It's okay.
Bunch of underground drunk hippies.
Wake me if you'd like. And he just goes back to sleep. Or you think he's asleep at least.
Torrent looks at Kay and looks at him and looks at Kay and looks at him and points and eye wiggles and just snickers.
Excellent. All right, so it was a 4 for Issa. She is distracted. 14 for you, Torrent.
Yep.
You do hear some scratching down the ways, but it doesn't get any closer. So you just keep an ear out during your shift, and it goes by uneventful. Well, nothing else happens.
Huh.
It
That
was
you
full of
notice.
events. It was full of events when you were talking. What she said was very eventful. But
That's fair.
all right, who are you waking up?
I don't think we established.
You did not. That's why I'm
Okay.
asking.
Well, let's see. Does dwarves need full sleep?
They do.
Okay.
And goblins need full sleep.
Yeah, you're pretty much the only one that does that.
Of course I don't.
Which was why I was like, oh my god, we only got one elf now. Or one 4-hour sleeper.
So it's how long are we sleeping for this rest? Like, is it gonna be a long rest?
Yeah,
Like,
it'll be a long rest.
Could it be like a 12-hour rest and I can wake somebody
Oh
up?
yeah,
on
I mean,
the
as long
6
as
hours
nothing
of
Well,
happens.
It's gonna have to, probably. So
sleep? So, I'll probably stay up for another 2 hours.
Okay.
And then wake somebody up because 6 hours of sleep is better than 8 hours of sleep. And all
Alright.
we've been doing is walking, so.
Cool. 6 hours in, still nothing really happens. Now who are you waking up?
I'm gonna wake up. Well, shit.
I saw what was on your lips. I saw it.
I'm like trying to think of like the. Okay, I'm gonna wake up the dwarf for sure. And
Aye,
then I'm
lass.
going.
Are
and
you
then
ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
I'm like ready for you to take over. Watch, my man.
All
I
right, then.
hop over.
How loud does she say that?
Pretty loud. She was definitely over exaggerating the words.
Yeah, I am. And then I walk over to Jason. Wait. Jason's not the one that sees things very well. So I walk over to Sam. I like walk over to Jason, and then I'm like, and then I walk over to Sam, and I'm like, and then I look at Jason, and I'm like, so I wake up Sam.
All right. Perfect.
Oh,
We are
what?
technically missing another party character that you probably could have trusted, but
Yeah. But I think she lost service. So I was, yeah. So I'm gonna wake up Sam and be like, "Hey, Sam." I was like, "It's your turn to watch."
But aren't we? Wait, how long are we going to be staying here? Because I need a full 8 hours.
So she probably would have told you that she took 6 hours. You would be able to wake up someone in like 2 hours, and then they would get their full rest, and then you could go back to sleep.
which would
Okay.
probably be me, and me and Arya probably.
You, Ara, and Issa. No, Issa went to. Issa took the first. So yeah, him and Ara.
I guess I'll wake up. I guess Jason will take over for me, hopefully.
All right, cool. Go ahead and roll perception, Sam, and he is going to do the same.
I got a dirty 23.
Nice.
Woo!
Thorin, you also hear scratching down the hallway, but Thorin's like, "Don't worry about that one. It's fine. Just cave rats. They'll leave us alone." And he's just sitting there poking a fire for a few hours. What are you doing during this time?
I'm just kind of sitting there looking through all the crap I have, seeing like what I could tinker with.
Okay. He looks over at you and he says, "Have you really not paid attention to it?
No.
Like, you've had to use the bathroom since you've been here a week, maybe 2. You've had
You look down whenever you piss.
I mean,
Most do.
Yeah, most people do.
Well, see, we've also been outside most of the time, so like, there's no real need to aim.
Don't you grab it
You don't have to.
to like pull it out?
You don't have
You're
to.
not awake.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. I'm just confused. Like real life Torrent is confused. She snores.
She's dreaming.
Yeah.
She's hearing what's going on and it's interpreting into her head. Into her
Talking in
dreams.
her sleep.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other through our dreams because I'm asleep too.
Thorin is looks over and goes, "You should really take a look. I've never seen goblin bits, but it's probably different than mine. Interspecies sex is completely acceptable here. In fact, it's preferred."
See, that's better than where I come from.
I thought you only had humans. Interspecies sex there would be with animals, yeah?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that
That's a thing too, but
What I'm well,
You're asleep.
that's a thing too, but that's all that's illegal for a disgusting reason. No, like the
Unless
planet
you're
we
PETA.
come from, we have like we people like for example, I've seen brown goblins and I'm a green goblin.
Mm-hmm.
There are people where I'm from where if there was someone on a lighter complexion, people hate others just for the tone of their skin.
That's dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Or like because 2 guys want to be together, 2 girls want to be together.
There's nothing wrong
Well,
with that.
actually, it's they're discussing because 2 guys want to be together, and then they search up 2 girls together. That's the main use of that internet thing I was telling you about. Well, it's not the main use, but it's become the main use over the years.
He looks at you and he says, "But wait, isn't that hypocritical?
It is, yeah.
That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I mean, love is love, right?
I mean, yeah.
I don't like your world."
Gonna be honest, I'm kind of liking this world a bit more as well.
Even through all the danger and not knowing what your bits look like.
Well, I mean, think of it this way. My previous life, I woke up in my lonely apartment, went downtown, worked in a shop for 8 hours, grabbed food, went home, and, just read a book or something, and then went to bed. Every single day. Maybe I'd go to a market myself instead to go grab, supplies. But I mean, it was bland.
Can I ask you a question? It's kind of personal.
Yeah.
So your previous life, you had a betrothed,
Yeah.
and she passed away. Again, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Did they find the fucker who robbed you?
When the police got there, they found 2 corpses,
So
and there
nothing
were 3
else.
people in the building.
There was nothing else they could do. They couldn't bring her back.
No, it was I point about right here. Right here.
You didn't take her to the church.
We don't have magic.
You don't have magic there.
We don't have magic we can control. We have science. And I guess that's close to magic, but here, like in my world, once you were dead, you were dead.
I definitely don't like your world.
How many times have you died?
3. Oh, I've come back, obviously. I'm still here.
I mean, yeah. I died 1 time in our world from a clerical error on the spiritual death
Yeah, we
level.
use clerics here.
No, what I mean, okay, so there's a term in our world, clerical. It's like a cleric isn't like a religious figure. It's a stem from clerk. They just keep the numbers for a business.
That
So
sounds
the
like a
numbers
weird-
got screwed up with death, and he accidentally killed us, and so that's why we have this second life.
You've met death.
Well, Death
met-
Junior.
yeah.
We met Death Junior. He was like, "Oh shit, y'all weren't supposed to die. Fuck it, y'all do this and try to fix it."
He visibly straightens up. He goes, "That's
She
Junior."
and then I point over to Tori. I'm like, she's flirted with death. Actually, she has died here.
But she came back.
She-
That's normal.
Yeah. She got eaten by a mimic,
Oh wait,
and then
her body was gone.
and
she
then
still
a
came
skeletal
back.
hand came down, brought her back, and then picked up this giant mimic. It was a fucking castle mimic, and just threw it off in the distance.
When he mentions death, flirted with death, Torrent gets a smile on her face and does a happy sigh and rolls over.
Thorin looks over. He goes, "So you've seen Death's hand?" And he brought
Yeah.
her back from a mimic swallowing her whole.
It wasn't whole.
Still though, there was you don't know what clerics are, but she came back because Death saved her.
Yeah, and then apparently, for a certain period, we all have this chance. If I would have died in the river, you might have seen Death just drop, go down river, pick me up, and drop me next to you.
Can he make a wisdom save to see if he should actually be telling our secrets?
Well, Thorin's definitely got to make a roll. So you're saying if I killed you right now, he would come and help, and I would be gone for good?
I mean, I don't know the specifics. I don't know the specifics. I mean, like I said, we just saw him throw the mimic in the distance. We don't know if it died on impact.
So the rest of you essentially have 2 chances without any intervention from the clerics.
Yeah, but she's down to 1.
Ah. It feels like if something harms you, they're going to be harmed back. It's probably not smart for me to be around you much. If I accidentally get you killed, if we have a battle and you die, maybe it's on me.
Well, it's not quite like if it's an accidental, I feel like that'd probably be understandable. Like, if you threw a bomb and I happen to get knocked back by something into the crossfire, you probably wouldn't be harmed, but the mimic fucking ate her deliberately.
So don't eat her. Got it.
I mean,
Kind of puts a damper on
unless you-
my plans, but all right then.
I mean, not that kind. I mean, that kind of eating's still on the table if she's down for it.
That's the best wingman right there for cock blocking.
No, I'm like, yeah. I mean, no, that kind of eating that's probably still on the table if she's down for it.
And he looks over, at Issa and then at Torrent, and he smiles. And he looks over at Jason. He goes, "So what's his story?"
I don't really know. I mean, I guess she was my bartender that I went and talked all my worries. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you just figure something out? You look quite
She-
embarrassed.
Oh, she knows a lot of shit.
Well, I mean, obviously she doesn't know what your bits look like, so I think you're safe. She doesn't know this you.
That's true, but she knows the past me. You know what? I guess that doesn't matter. This is a different world.
The past is the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
But yeah, no, she was a bartender I used to go to all the time. And I guess she was someone I don't think I know her. I mean, I might have. She was an author. You know, I had a couple of her books. My betrothed bought her books. They were just kind of sitting around my house.
Okay, out of character, I think you're talking about Mia.
Oh, right. Fuck. That's right.
He looks at you and he goes, "So you didn't know you knew each other in the past, but now you guys are realizing you were more connected than you were before?
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a plan in place."
What I'm wondering is did our bodies know each other?
Well, I mean, intimately or no? How do you know one's
Um,
body?
Well, I mean, like, you know, we woke up. We were inside of a pile of corpses on a war field.
Together.
Yeah, we all had to squirm out of a pile of corpses.
How'd you get there?
That's where we were just dropped whenever Death Junior gave us a second
No,
chance.
how did the body get there?
No clue.
Interesting.
We just woke up and
Maybe if you remember that, you'll remember more of your past life or your new past life. Sounds to me that right now you're battling two different mindsets: your old self and your new old self. Maybe you need to pick one. Maybe you need to merge. I don't know. It's a little metaphysical for me, but maybe something to think about.
You know, man, I went to plenty of psychiatrists and therapists for about past 2 or 3 years. And this is probably the furthest I've gotten with someone just talking.
I'm glad to be of help. Would you like some ale? And he pulls out a
Fuck yeah! You didn't tell me you had ale? How dare you?
I'm a dwarf. I always have ale.
That's a fair point. It's implied.
He goes into his pack and you see like a giant water skin. And he brings out a cup and he pours. And it's seeming like the water skin doesn't deflate at all. And he hands you a glass and he gets another one and still does not deflate. And he puts the cap back on, stuffs it back in his pack. Cheers.
Cheers.
Man, this is when we need Jameson.
And he slams it back. And it just like ale's just going down his beard. And he's like,
To the loves, those who are still here with us and those who are gone.
Aye. And he takes another big swig. And he looks over at you and goes, but really, you should probably check out your bits. People are going to be wondering in the future. There are plenty of goblins and dwarves, humans, elves. We have no love is love. You know.
I mean, there's got to be some that are a bit more popular than the others. Like
Not really.
So I'm pointing at Tori. I was like, so you see that red mark on her forehead?
You're pointing at who? Torrent?
Does she still have the red mark on her forehead?
I mean, she slept twice, so probably not.
That's a fair point. All right. You know how whenever we first met, she had that red mark on her forehead?
Not really, but go ahead.
So there was a fight going on in the prison as we were trying to escape, and she tried to dodge. She dodged wrong. She tried to, like do a dodge roll and try to like dodge underneath a knoll. You got to admit that's probably very popular. Knolls.
Yeah, they have 2 spikes.
I'm talking about like what the fuck?
I told you some have 2. A knoll is one that has 2.
No, it's one. That's two.
Jesus.
About this time, you're all Jason is and Ara are probably waking up at this point. Naturally.
I just hear you guys talking about dicks.
Yeah.
I like walk off and I like just check my pants real quick. Because you guys been talking about it for a while. My subconscious been like processing it for like a day now. I just need to know.
Roll roll perception. Are you bringing your mushrooms with you? So you have
Oh,
light?
it's a 2. It's a solid 2.
You forget to bring out your mushrooms, and you're not really able to see much. It's dark down here. You don't have dark vision, right?
No.
Yeah, you're not able to see much.
Well, I guess if it was really dark, I would like light my war club. But
I mean,
if it's like just dim light lighting or something, and I turned around from the fire, assumingly, so
well, you said
yeah,
you
I
walked
guess it
off.
could
That's
be.
why I was wondering.
Jason, pull your fucking pants up and take my watch.
You see Jason's like just ass hanging out, and
I go over to my bedroll and I just like crash back down on it.
all right, perfect. Jason, since you didn't walk far, I would say even with a 2, I mean, it's close enough to you. You'd probably be able to see some. It is mostly shadowed though because you are facing away from the fire, away from the light, right? So
Yeah.
it is.
No, the 2 was to roll for length.
It was a perception check, not an
I'm
anatomy
sorry.
check.
I'm sorry.
Don't need to give my
You are-
man erectile dysfunction.
You are a Goliath, correct?
Yes,
It is.
but we don't have to put that into the description. So.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what shape it is. How about that? And if you're
Is
really
it human-like? Is there spikes?
I mean, if you want me to tell you, I can.
I just want to know if there's spikes or not. That's
There-
all I want.
Wait a second.
You
Did
said,
you
said
make?
Goliath?
He is a Goliath.
Wait a second. Did you make like a whole fucking chart to compare the various genitalia of different species?
Listen, bro. I knew this would come up one day.
I love it.
I just want to say, Brandon, you are OG. Like, legit.
Can I take a guess?
Yes, you can.
Is it ribbed for her pleasure?
It is ribbed, but not naturally.
Okay.
So Goliaths during infantry, or when they're infants, are mutilated to a point. And they have ridges embedded in their skin. And then obviously the skin heals and grows around it, and its scar tissue so it's a little tougher. So they do that because the female is anatomically different than a human female, which you're not sure of because you've not seen a female Goliath yet.
Of course.
So no spikes though, just
Just
ridges. Okay. Well, that's different than I was expecting.
Do you say that out loud?
But good
I'm just
enough.
curious.
Yeah, do you say that?
Did you say that out loud?
Why not? Let's go for it.
You hear Thorin just laugh in his bedroll and just shakes his head and just lays back down. I think it's only you and Aura that's awake, so it's a shame.
Well, if
Aura's
they
not
went
here
back to bed or not.
Yeah,
if Sam and
they needed a
Thorin.
couple more hours to get their full night's rest.
Oh, this is so bad because I know Ara would have been like
I know.
on my ass if she heard
Literally.
me say that.
Yeah.
Oh,
As soon as your pants drop,
She'd be sneaking
probably
over.
like smack that ass.
100%. All
Now,
right.
now she's gonna have to re-listen to the last like 30 minutes of be like, I wish I would have been here.
Well, it is time, and we'll leave it at that. Talking about, or finally resolving what Jason's dick looks like as a Goliath. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us again. And as always, be kind to each other. Do something nice for someone tomorrow. Love each other, but most importantly, love yourselves. Have a good night, and fuck cancer.
Cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer.